evening, everybody. This is Butch Popeye Moss, Popeye Live on a Friday night, March 5th, 2021, 9 p.m. Is it exactly what time it is? Hey, if you guys would like and share and get the word out about our thread, about our shows that we do, that OG and I do on Tuesday nights. And yes, I come on I try usually about every other night or so, but things just keep happening, does it? All you got to do is wait about 24 hours and it's another bunch of mess, or it's just the same mess. But let's talk a minute about Dr. Seuss. Yeah, that guy up there. You know, now we have what we call a modern day version of book burning. Oh yeah, Amazon, you know, and eBay, and matter of fact is one of these Dr. Seuss books the other day sold for $2,000. And yes, we do have some of them here in our home. Just saying, everybody. But who gives these people the right to pick and choose what it is we're going to read, what our children are going to read, or what we think is appropriate for them? That's up to us to choose. That's not for them to try and push us in a certain direction just because they think a book may be racist or, you know, not part of the woke group. And you know what? There's millions of us that are just not going to be part of the woke group. And speaking of woke, let's talk about Coke. Oh yeah. And here's what we plan on doing, everybody. You know, we are continually talking about our Constitutional Warriors page. And that page is about gathering enough patriots to man the keyboards and go and start going after some of these countries. Because you see, that's what the other side does. That's what the other side does. They go and attack these corporations, and you know, the blacks, the people like Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton and all those guys, they perfected those tactics to go and shake down corporations, to go shake them down and get money out of them. But in this case, they're not talking about maybe not getting, they do get money out of them, but at the same time, they're trying to push them into pushing the rest of us in a certain direction we do not want to go, that we don't want to have any part of. And that's the truth of it. But let me bring up here something for you. Let me find it. I've got so much stuff on here now. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to swing this around to the cube, everybody. Now watch this. Now later on, you can go back and stop this video and get this information right there. That's consumer care for the Coca-Cola Corporation. And you can send them an email right from that outfit. You can get the URL up at the top of it. It's also in this Constitutional Warrior page. Yeah. I'm going to make sure this stuff is up there on every one of these pages. And you know what? It takes about maybe 5 minutes to do a phone call, or 5 minutes to send an email, to let the corporation know where they can put their woke program, and that we will quit buying their product. And one of the best things would be for us to see, would be Coke products staying on the store shelves. In other words, they're not moving. And we let them know, hey, look, there's 80 million of us. And we can quit buying your products. Hey, just what I'm doing right here. Oh, and get this, guys. Get this. The the cheaper brands that are in like Kroger and in like Walmart, their brands, they're not made by Coca-Cola. They are not. They are not made by Coca-Cola. So think about that next time you go to buy a Coke, buy something else. Think about the next time you walk into any one of these places that are participating in this mess. And yeah, I'm going to show you something else here momentarily. If I can find it. There we go. And let me see. No, I don't see it. That one didn't come up. Well, there is a support line also for eBay. There is. The same thing. Just type it in on the internet, get eBay, and let them know what you think about them trying to prevent certain books from being sold on their platform. And yeah, guess what? They have a whole team dedicated to this BS. They have a whole team dedicated to it. Trying to make a difference socially. They got a social team at eBay when they should be just concerned about their damn platform, selling product, and also keeping the scam artists at bay on eBay. Yeah, because eBay is notorious for scam artists. I haven't used it in years just because of that. Just because of that. And yes, when I had my motorcycle shop, we had people trying to scam us all the time for online sales. Generally, they were pretty easy to catch because they were from foreign countries. But then again, there are some of them that were really good at it. So I eventually had to curtail the business we did with eBay. It just wasn't reliable anymore. Just too many scam artists. And you know, of course, we've got that going on nowadays with the women that try and log on to our sites. Oh yeah, scam artists all. That's the truth of it. Many of them. And a lot of times the key to that is, everybody, is some woman that sends you a glamour shot. Oh yeah, look at me, baby. Look at me. And there are plenty of guys out there that are sucker for this. And you know, you don't even know that you're not talking to a guy on the other end. Just the truth of it, everybody. Just the truth of it. But hey, let's give Coca-Cola and eBay hell and any of these other businesses that are trying to push their wokeness off on the rest of us. We don't want any part of it. We don't want it. Matter of fact is, we want to turn this around on them and and like I said, make them pay. Make the switch. Buy different products. Make them pay. Let them know about it. Let them know about it when you do it. Let me tell you, we're going to post it on Constitutional Warriors tomorrow. We do have about 500-something people there now. We need it to be 1,000. We need it to 2,000, 3,000, how many ever we can get. And then we all attack at one time over like a 24-hour period. And just like I told you last night, we had success in certain states because of the pressure put on them. The pressure put on them by we, the citizens. And yeah, we have the power to do all this. I promise you guys, there are more of us than there are of them. But right now, today, the thing is they're all talking about immigration. The media is talking about immigration. Fox News is talking about immigration. I can promise you right now, while we're all talking about immigration, they're doing something else. Because this is the way they roll. This is the way they operate. They're as crooked as hell. That's what's going on. And we have to know now that there is a crisis brewing on the border. And I would say to all you Texans out there, all of you, you get on the line, you get a hold of our legislature, you get hold of the governor's office and ask them what the hell they're doing to protect this state. And guess what? That's what every other state should be doing, because they're fixing to start shipping these people all across the country. They're already starting to talk about shipping them to Virginia. And I almost ran out of breath there. They almost talk about, or they did talk today about shipping them to Virginia. Because the facilities down there on the Texas border are at a critical point. They're 90% full, if not more. Their capacity is fixing to be limited. There's no more they can take in without stacking them on top of each other, which they're already doing. And we're talking about children, unescorted children. And all these people wearing these T-shirts, you know, Mr. Biden, President Biden, let me in. They need to have it say President Potato Head. Or how about the empty man? Let us in. Let us in. But because they've already got this bandwagon started, they can't stop it. They can't stop it, even though they know it's going to hurt the American people. And yes, it's going to hurt us in so many ways. It's going to hurt us having to foot the bill for all these people. It's going to hurt us because of the pandemic that's going on. It's going to hurt us because they're going to end up getting much needed shots that's due to American citizens. Just think about this. They're going to flood the country in hopes of future voters. That's what they're doing. Everybody knows what they're doing. Everybody knows it's all crooked as hell. But it doesn't seem like we've got any ability at all to stop it. There's nothing we can do but call our state legislators and tell them, hey, you better do something and do it quick. You better make sure to secure the vote. You better make sure to secure your own citizens, because we are being attacked from within and from without. That's what's going on. And what these detention centers down there on the border are going to turn into be is just it's going to end up being just a release centers. In other words, they're going to keep them there while you're good to go. See you later, buddy. We're sending you to Virginia. We don't need to let any of them stop here in Texas. We need to keep them going to California. We need to keep them going to Virginia. We need to keep them going to New York and all those places that are the cause of all this, because of your damn cheating and because of your policies. We need to send them on to them. It's what we need to do. Just saying, everybody, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just stating a fact of what's going to happen. We can't afford this, especially now with the pandemic going on. Let me tell you, these other states, they're going to need to get open real quick. They're going to need to get open real fast because they're not going to be able to afford them, their citizens, and everybody else in the world. And you know what we're going to be doing this week? We're going to be filming the homeless around here. And yeah, there are homeless all across the nation. I suggest everybody else do that and get us the video. And let's get out there and show that, hey, we cannot be doing this to ourselves when we've got so many citizens that are homeless and need help. I mean, we're going to help illegal aliens before we're going to help our own folks, many of them veterans. Really? This is what we're going to do? We've got so many damn problems, and we spent so much money on just crap like we've done with this, that are going to be doing with this stimulus bill. It's insane, everybody. It's insane. And somebody the other day asked me, they said, Popeye, when are you going to run for office? Well, you know, I think generally that requires a younger man. Yeah. And plus that, somebody asked me the other day if I was drunk. I said, no, it's not. I'm not drunk. It's just a result of cancer surgery. You would speak the way I do too, because let me say this, everybody. At times I have to stop and think about what I'm going to say in order to make what I say come out right. Because as everybody knows, they took a chunk of my tongue out. So, not that I was ever a great speaker, but what you know, my tone and my delivery is off a little bit. So, but you know, hey, that's neither here nor there. I do my best. And also, I've been at this political game for quite a while now, you know, but I've never seen anything like we've seen since Hillary Clinton said, don't secede. Or in other words, don't give up. Telling Biden. Don't do it. And of course now we see why that was said by Hillary Clinton. Because she was in on the fix, everybody. But little did we know how deep the program was. There were people that had clues. There were people that had that knew, and you know, for today. Oh, wait a minute. Let me. And today there was some. Here we go. Let me show you here. I'm gonna shift this around. Let you see this here. If I can get this to work right. Richard Big O Barnett. Yeah. Here he is. This guy. This guy right here. The one that was probably let into the Capitol Hill building and guided. We all saw that with our own eyes, even though the FBI chief, Chris Wray, said he did not know if there were any Antifa members in there. Now, I'm not going to say this guy is an Antifa member. What this guy is maybe a moron. He shouldn't have went any place near that Capitol building, much less into it. And then he goes into Pelosi's office, takes an envelope, and like I said, he pitches the bitch a quarter. So he's there having a high-ho time, and now what they're doing, what I see them doing now, is they are They are singling him out. Now, he did speak out today. Hey, this is not fair. Other people are already home. Other people are already home. Why am I being kept? Well, hell, he went into Pelosi's office, I would say. That's his major crime at this point. And yeah, they're going to say he stole government property, which was an envelope. But we need to watch this real close about how many people are released from this thing that are actually not prosecuted. Like that John Sullivan dude and those Antifa types that we know were there. And this sucker from Arkansas, he now finds himself in deep shit because he put his foot up on Pelosi's door, desk, and then he pitches a quarter after he takes an envelope. I don't know that covers the cost of a government envelope, but you know what? It's a stupid gesture. And you know what? That whole thing was a setup. We all know it was. They got away with it, and they accomplished their mission, which was, everybody, their mission was to stop the Senate from protesting the electoral ballots, and they accomplished their mission. It stopped it in its tracks, everybody. It was a well-planned out operation with a bunch of government agencies involved, including the FBI, including the Capitol Hill Police. It's there for anybody to see it that wants to see it. But then again, the media, they're not investigative journalists anymore. All they are is propaganda machines. That would be the mainstream media. That would be big tech. That would be all these people that don't want us to see the truth and don't want us to speak it neither. We may get thrown off tonight for this. That may happen. We may get thrown off of Facebook. And that's the truth of it. But we're going to say what we need to say. And we're going to say what we see as the truth, and it is the truth. There's no doubt in our mind. No doubt. And like I've told you the last couple of nights, or since Tuesday, really, Millennial Millie Weaver, is one of the best journalists of our time. And for the FBI to say they had no evidence, let me tell you, Millie has video and audio of them informing the FBI, of them informing government agencies of what was going on. And they did, excuse my French, fucking nothing. They did nothing. It's no wonder some of our entities like the FBI, DEA, and a host of others missed the Boston bombers even when they were told about them. And then the other bombings that they missed time and time again. Just whose side have they been on all this time? Just whose side? And the CIA, what a silly bunch they are. What a bunch of fools we are for funding these people. That's what I see. We cannot let ourselves be hoodwinked like this any longer. We've got to raise hell with every method at our disposal. There will be a time when we need to get back out in the streets, and now is not it. We need to let this stuff fester for a while. We need to let the people experience the high cost of gasoline. We need to let these people experience the immigrants flooding into our country. We need to let these people experience fighting for a job from an illegal alien. And then we need to let them experience the downturn in the economy that's going to occur because of it. That's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to let them get to where they've seen and had enough, to where they'll turn on these people. And that will happen. Because I did it in 1984. I turned on the people I worked with because I figured out they were a bunch of damn liars. That they weren't working for us. And that included our union. That's what it was, everybody. That's what it was. Yeah, let me see if I can. Yeah, that guy's name was Richard Big Old Barnett. It's a big old guy, everybody. Let's see who's on the chat line here. Let me go back up a little bit. See Randy Russell, how you doing? And David Jones. Solar Dutch. Dutch, you got to get in here. You got to start learning this thing. I'm going to teach Dutch how to operate this whole system here. Somebody needs to know it. And I think Dutch is going to be the guy. David Garcia, how you doing? Nice to see you again, sir. Forrest, how are you doing, buddy? Sherman. Oh, Shannon. Shannon. Oh, you know what, Shannon? It's so nice to have a woman in the house. How are you doing? Mater's Workshop, and I got it right again tonight. Earl Bennett, hey sir, how you doing? Brain Damage, hey Brain Damage, how you doing, buddy? You're right, Brain Damage, we need to vote with our wallets, and that's exactly what we're talking about doing here. Now, there's going to be others added to this list. There really is. There's going to be others. If you're not with us on Constitutional Warriors over there on Facebook, do it. Jerry, how are you doing? I started saying Jerry howdy, but he was saying howdy everyone. I think I've just about covered everybody. If I miss you, I apologize. Looks like everybody was having some fun. Pastor Aaron, how are you doing? We all like having a pastor in the house. It's good to have somebody that's it's on the side of Jesus, like the rest of us. Yeah. Well, hey, I will keep an eye peeled out over the next 24 hours. We do have our Motorcycle Club Church tomorrow, which is a meeting, in case you don't know what that is. We have our meeting. It will be at 12 noon. That's when the public's invited. It will be at 12 noon. It will be at El Phoenix Restaurant at the corner of I-20 and Cooper Street in Arlington, Texas. You can't miss it. It's right there in that shopping center parking lot on the southwest corner. Yeah. Pretty cool, man. And I see Club Fit. Moonshine, how you doing? I may have already said that. But we will be back here soon as some other crap happens. And you know, my wife explodes about every 5 minutes. I try and calm her down. I really do. She just blows up over this stuff. And I said, hey, look, we're in for the long haul, just like we have been. I've been at this since about 2008. Became a Tea Party president in 2010, 2010. And yeah, we, back then it was about government spending. And guess what? It's still going on. And next time we come on, we'll go over some of that, just how much the debt has gone since the late 90s. And I was temporarily looking at some of that today. And, you know, it went from about $1 trillion to $29 trillion really over a short period of time. And that's because the idiots that can't keep from spending in order to try and buy their constituents. In other words, they can't stay within a budget because it's easier to throw money around. But at some point, we got to pay up or we got to collapse, one or the other. And that's the reason I have been working at my skills of bringing in somebody on a video call to make sure the sound is good to where you guys are going to be able to hear it and it will be as of interest with you. And that would be Robert Kesage, president of Las Colinas Capital Management, a guy that manages money for some rich people. They may not all be rich. I don't know that. I may speak out of term there. But with that, everybody, that's about all I got for tonight. And we'll see if we can end with... we'll see how this one works. We'll see if we can end with this one. Where did I get my damn mouse back over here? Okay. Here we go, everybody. Have a great weekend. Ride safe. I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. Let's do it, guys.
Correct, but it's wordy and hard to read. It undermines the writer's message, and the word choice is bland.
Well, like I said, it didn't work. Have a good night, guys. Bye-bye.